Well, the time has come. Time for another update on the ranchero, and it'll probably be the last update until I'm done working on it. So anyways, here it is. The latest thing I've done to it, or well, one of the latest things I've done to it is put some decent tires on it. The two front tires are from my silver Volkswagen Rabbit I had a while back. And the back tires are from the Hyundai. Yeah, I put new wheels on it, and I had a couple old tires laying around that were still good, so I put those on. They're both Michelin. However you say that. Same tread pattern, so that's good. Has new heater hoses. I bought another carburetor, the correct one this time, and I'll be able to put the air cleaner, everything back on pretty soon. That way I won't have to use the towel as a choke. New radiator. They didn't make a radiator for a 1961 Ford Ranchero, but they made one for a Ford Falcon, which it's a little bit taller, a little bit wider, but yeah, it's not hitting the fan, but it's pretty damn close. So, of course, I acquired the battery, and I put new battery terminals on, and I replaced this whole wire because the old one was just so green and corroded. Who knows how much longer that would have lasted. New fuel lines and new fuel filter. I'm still trying to burn up that old gas. It's all green. So, I'm flushing out the cooling system. And no matter how much I flush it out, here, let's shake this up. This is how the coolant comes out every time. Comes out all kind of, looks like tang kind of, and there's little chunks of rust floating around in there, and there you can kind of see them now. And I've flushed it out probably about 15 times so far, so got a while to go. I did put the hose in here and flush the engine out with the hose, but you know, I got a lot out, but apparently not enough. New master cylinder and a new brake switch for the master cylinder. The wires are unplugged because I'm still doing some diagnosing about why the fuses keep blowing for the brake lights. So I think it might be, well, it's for the tail lights, brake lights, and a few other odds and ends. But I noticed a pattern where if you leave the brake lights, if these two wires are jumped, the brake lights, the fuse blows more often. So that's a project I don't really want to do, but I'll get to it someday. Check this out. Oh, my ass is gonna get wet. What did I? Here's the voltage regulator. Here's the master cylinder. You can kind of see it. Some of the sludge fell out, or ran out, but there's brake fluid sludge, and there's chunks, and all kinds of rust. When I drained it out, the brake fluid was all dark and rusty. Yuck. And I noticed the temperature gauge wasn't really reading. I mean, sometimes it'll read and sometimes it won't. So I bought another sender for it. Problem solved. And as you can see, the wiper arms have the old style, kind of refill blades, not the type they have now on modern cars. And from what I see, there's no real way to convert them over to the beam style blades. That's what you call beam style. There's the fuse box. Real dumb design, hooking up to the headlight switch. It's not just a pain in the ass to get out, but you gotta unhook the battery before you pull it out, because if you pull it out the wrong way, the fuse box grounds out. Why is it doing that? The fuse box grounds out against the metal dashboard and blows fuses. That sucks. Anyways, I bought some of these off of Mercury Comet 64. So, anyways, someday I guess I'll put that on. Oh, well, we'll get back to that in a second. I know I'm not going to remember everything. I wired up a voltmeter, and the amp meter, the gauge works, but it's not hooked up, and I'll show you why. I replaced the whole charging wiring harness because it was all chopped up and butchered, and you know, I just didn't want to deal with fixing it, so I bought another one. Or actually, I had another one. So the amp meter works by working in the middle of the, oh, I don't know, don't know what this does, but it's this wire, and I just didn't want to chop up the harness, so I also put another generator in because the old one, for whatever reason, wasn't working, even though it bench tested fine, just didn't charge fine on the car. I also bought another voltage regulator. 4 of them, including the one I started with, just to get it to work. Now back to in here. The turn signal switch, well, that works now, but you gotta hold it like all the way up and all the way down. Reason being is I think the metal plate that this lever hooks up to, I think it has broken springs or something. And the lever itself, the threads are all fucked up. They're way wore down. And when I had to take the whole steering column apart just to get at just to snake the wires down the steering column. It was a job, but it's all done now. So yeah, but the threads in there are all messed up too, so I can get another one for like $45, so I might just do that. And that should be about it. I put another tire back here for the spare. It's from a Ford Falcon, or well, Ford of some kind from that era. It's a 13-inch, 175, 80, 13. I did want to keep it original, but at the same time, I really didn't trust those. I just really didn't trust those. Or a tire from 1961. You know, highway speeds. There's my high lift jack. Oh boy, never trust that high lift jack, I'm telling you. So when I took the tires off, I just took the tires off loose and put them in the back of my Toyota truck, the blue one, to get, have a shop put them on, because I can't mount wide tires on a skein rim real easily by hand. It's better to have a machine to do that. But so when I was putting the tire back on this side, the jack just totally tilted towards the fence, and the only thing keeping it from pinning me between the fence and the car was this trailer hitch my brother had. He saved it from an old trailer he had made years ago, or he built years ago. Oh my god, that would have hurt. Probably would not have killed me, but it sure would have hurt. I didn't have my phone with me, so I may have just gotten pinned. That would have been even worse. There's the original generator. I might get it rebuilt, so I'll hang on to that. This one, that's the one that was on there before, but I have a suspicion of the reason why it wasn't working before. Come on. Was the threads are, come on. The threads are stripped. You can kind of see it right there. So maybe it was just a loose connection. The bench test on it. You hook it up to positive and ground out the body, and the pulley spins. So, anyways, if I ever have to get another one, I'll just get this one rebuilt. Got another grill because it has a dent on the passenger side. So, and I got some more brake. What are those things called? Wheel cylinders and brake shoes, and an extra wiring harness under the dashboard, and an extra headlight switch, and one of the freeze plugs started to leak after I started flushing all the rust, so I bought another set of freeze plugs, and I got some good made in USA ones, so hopefully they'll last a while. Just various odds and ends. I even saved the horns off my 67 Mercedes. Maybe I'll hook them up on here. So, here. Here's a headlight knob, and I'd rather keep it with the switch because, keep stuff together. It doesn't get lost that way. Got an extra wiper blade, but like I said, after I bought them, and that's when I noticed that. So. Anyways, got another head gasket set because I think the head gasket has a slow leak. Hopefully it's not the head that's cracked. And I might actually go with the black license plates when I'm done with this car. It's all said and done. So, that shouldn't be too bad. Well, price-wise, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, they are around, and, you can even get a personalized license plate nowadays with just the black background for like a 2010 car. It doesn't have to be from the 60s. Just has to, just as a normal number like that. It's not, doesn't start with the truck letters, the commercial truck letters. So, anyways, that's about it. I mean, I want to change the oil on it, but because the oil's kind of dark. But at the same time, if we're going to take the head off anyways, I don't want to change it twice. So, that's that. I spent a lot of hours working on this car. I know it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but I definitely have put my time in. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I broke by super accident. When I was doing the master cylinder, I got this line off just fine. Just a 3/8. Yeah, 3/8 wrench. The middle one, it wouldn't come off with a wrench, but it came off with vice grips. And the one where the plug is on now, well, it wouldn't come off with a wrench. And when I tried to do vice grips, it twisted for a little while, but then it just twisted the whole line. So now the line's all bent out of shape. I probably could bend it back into shape, but I'd rather just do it right and replace the whole line. Fortunately, that's one of the lines that goes to the front, and I don't want, and not the back. Oh, that would have been a job, running it all through the bottom and the car to the back. I don't really want to do that. So, anyways, that's about it. And I'll probably post something after I'm finished. Just not really a whole lot to update on with the stuff that needs to be done still. So, over and out. Till next time.